Oh, I didn't record that whole segment. Oops. Oops. Well, I'll just have to pull the video off my channel if this is archived. So, this is my main channel. As you can see, I get this nice little banner here. I put a lot of time and effort for. Let's go to my video manager. We're gonna go to the video manager, guys. Let's go to the last. We're gonna go to the. Wait. Oh, I can. Wow. Okay, we're gonna do page 1. Already, you're seeing some old stuff. It's great. You're gonna love it. You're just. Oh my God. So I'm gonna reset this. I want to do oldest to newest. You're gonna go to the old videos first because the new videos are like me. Like, yeah, I feel pretty good with them, but oh, okay, never mind. Actually, you know what? I can do that. Wow, guys, this is very entertaining, right? Videos. I think if I go to there, newest, oldest. Why is it going to... Okay, there we go. So, as you can see, I got pretty decent views back in the day, okay? So let's get started. Let's watch this. By the way, my main channel used to be called Electro Idiot, and then I changed it to Theo Does Videos because I didn't like the name Electro Idiot after a while. And I think it was also called Raven's Guide 2007. I think if you look at the URL, it's somewhere there. I think that's how it used to be called as well. So I changed my name maybe 3 times here, or 2 times. It was one of the 2, whatever.
Welcome to the first episode of Electro Idiot. This one's going to be based on updates more than content like reviews or anything, because I'm really going to talk about the Liquid Rock.
Yeah, this is before I had a camera and I actually did stuff, so I just had this image going back and forth and me talking. And Liquid Rock was a comic I used to do for, I think Facebook. I don't know why I did a video on YouTube for that, but I did a video on YouTube for that.
Series I'm working on. I did say it's going to be done by the end of the week. It's not going to be done by the end of this week or next. To the point where I don't know even when it's going to even be finished. I have to write the script and record the voices if I am going to be doing the voices. There's not a lot of people doing the voiceovers, so no one really knows what's going on at all.
Like this video.
I'm just gonna end this episode quickly, then it should be, but this episode, the next episode hopefully will be a little bit longer, more content filled than this one. See you soon. Hopefully I will do this on a weekly basis, then just whenever I feel like it. So expect this podcast next Sunday, or maybe even earlier than that, but I should get this out there weekly. If not, then whatever. See ya in the next episode.
Oh my God. Oh, this is 10 minutes. Oh, 10 minutes.
This is the second episode of Electro Idiot, and I'm with my friend Pet.
Oh,
this is more of like a mock-up episode than a legitimate.
Oh my God, I fucking hate it. This fucking guy. Oh my God, this guy. He was my friend. I met at college at Franklin. This guy, he is the weirdest person. Not like good weird. Well, I don't know. He had this crush on this girl, and he could. Oh my God, this guy was. You thought like DSP was pussy whip. This guy was pathetic. So there was this girl that he kind of had a thing for, and he was basically her slave. Like, he would do whatever she wants without any question, to the point where, like, she was basically exploiting him because he was a fucking tool. He is the biggest tool I know in my life. Like, I know some guys that are, like, kind of whatever, but he was a tool.
And so, yeah, he played the Metal Gear Solid Touch for the iPhone.
I did.
And iPod Touch.
You point and shot.
I mean, like to be fair, I'm kind of shitting on him, but he wasn't, he's not, you know, like a complete asshole. He's not like Phil, but he did some, he just kisses this person's ass so much that, like, she could literally step on him and he would be okay with it, so it's kind of whatever.
Right.
Kid.
So, apparently IGN gave it like a 6 out of 10. What did you think of the whole entire game? Or what do you review the game as?
It got, like, handy thingy bobbery.
Very descriptive, like...
Hey, I'm good with my words. Don't judge me.
Like, do you think it'd be easy for, like, new people to pick up the game and play it?
Heck yeah.
Like, was it too informative because
I can't believe
she had trouble playing the whole entire game.
Well, Tess is stupid. And she's a girl. Okay, I'm not sexist. I swear.
Okay.
It's not that complicated. Tess is just stupid.
Well, the game did look interesting. I'm looking forward to playing it after my 40 days. Also, I've been here. Like, you heard about the racist news that Resident Evil 5 has been stirring up, right?
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, well, I don't see anything racist. It just happened to be in Africa, so, like, before the game got released, they limited the amount of black women.
I'm dying on the inside. Every minute of this.
Like colors
I
as racist.
really hate this video right now.
Well,
There's like 7 things I have in my mind that's like I can make this video.
Theo, you're racist, aren't you?
No,
like,
because
the thing is that I kind of like having another person in a video to talk to, and it kind of sucks I don't have that anymore. Because I do have friends here. It's just that they don't like doing videos as much. I might have one person that might want to do a video with me, so I have that. But, you know, I don't have anyone that would want to do, like, these kind of, like, podcast-like videos. So it's kind of shitty. So I kind of have to do it on my own. I would like to do more in the future. Like, I'm thinking maybe, like, trying to get people on a Skype call or something like that, maybe. Like, but... it's like, I do like having this conversation I have with people, but, man, it's just, I go all over the place. Like, I went to Metal Gear Touch, that shitty iPhone game that they released, and then I go straight to Resident Evil 5. There's no transition, I didn't even talk about the game that I just talked about. I talked about Metal Gear Touch, and I never talked about it. Like, I didn't talk about my experience with it, like, here's the thing with that game. It's fun. It was fun for a while, and then I got to the part where you have to shoot the geckos, and that part sucked. It really sucked, because they start throwing more, and you have to, like, and you can't see where they all are. So you have to, like, go from one end of the map to the other end, and it sucked. It was the worst part of the game. And I didn't talk about that, because I don't know if I got that far at that point when I recorded this, but this got 32 views. 32 views? Are you fucking kidding me with this?
Well, no, because you're in Africa. You're not gonna see, like, a ton of white people in Africa. That's...
Oh my god. I'm talking about Africa. Great. Resident Evil 5, like, it got a lot of, like, controversy because because most of the people you're shooting are black people. But I thought that, you know, yeah, you go to Africa, you're not gonna... I mean, there's white people in Africa, but, you know, I wouldn't put it past the game to show only black people. I don't know. It's like, it's a fucking game. You know.
And I'm not saying they're racist in the game, though. I'm just trying to make a point and be stupid.
Well, yeah, but they're only found in South
and that's the other thing I didn't like about this guy being on this show as well, now that I'm, like, listening to this, is that he kept saying stupid shit, and it's like, we're having a conversation, and you're just, like, doing this. It's fine to joke around and all that, but it's like, the fact that the way he described Metal Gear Touch, instantly was like, I fucking, like, and I guess you could kind of hear that in the tone when he said, like, oh yeah, very descriptive, because he was like, thingy, bobbery, whatever, and it's like, we're talking about a game, and you can't, like, yeah.
Okay. Northern Africa, there's...
Dude, I know a white guy that was from South Africa.
Yeah, there's a lot. I know. I'm saying there's a lot of like. There's,
Oh my
there's
God,
a majority
I'm
of
like
white
tempted
people
to skip
in
this.
like the South Africa.
This is a train wreck.
You mainly see a lot of like normal Africans there.
This is a
They're not
train
white.
wreck.
There's North, South, and Central Africa. South Africa is above. Then you got North Africa, which is again above. And then boom, Center Africa's more of your more tribal people.
Right.
If only they could see
God,
my.
like, I feel like this is more.
Well, this is another.
This is probably the most ignorant I sound about like other countries than I've done in any other video at all. Like I really can't believe I said this and I put it on YouTube. I can't fucking believe that. That's so fucking bad. I might delete this video because it's so shitty.
I was gonna get to
Hate this video.
Yeah,
Hate
I saw
it.
that. Well, for those, we're just looking at the little bumps in the track. Anyways,
That's what she said.
Anyways, I was like actually thinking of doing a video podcast one day, but
Oh, I was thinking about it.
Like, you
guys.
honestly trust me in front of a video?
kinda.
I don't even know why you trust me in audio.
Well, you know, like that was like my first podcast that's on YouTube, and it was just really boring with me just talking. It's just not the same. If you have a second person, it's more. You get more out of the whole show.
Theo, having only one person's very boring. But if you throw me in there with another person, then it is more fun. You know and can attest to that one.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm
By
trying
the way, that guy's
to get
not
more
drunk.
people to be on the show than just you and me. So it's
Dude,
it's a
we
work in
kick ass.
progress.
High five. You know who'd critique us for this right now and call us idiots?
Who?
Josie.
Oh, we should try to get her on this.
She would go on
Like-
here, but she would call us an idiot.
But we should not even tell her that we're doing this. We should just start recording this.
just have our own little conversation like this. You
Yeah.
start recording. You'd be like, "What the?"
We're
should
talking
do that
about
for the next episode.
another college
Episode
classmate.
3.
We're talking about
There'll be a whole
another.
bunch of what the fuck moments.
Oh, man. 10 minutes!
No, if you keep singing, it's gonna be really weird.
4 minutes in and I am
Attack you.
ready to like kill
Yeah,
myself.
dang it. It's gonna be overlapping.
It's a double feature.
Tell me.
I can't see the wavy bars anymore. Now I can see him again.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I
No.
really didn't know
Yeah,
this was
like-
here. I forgot I had these
Wavy
two
bars are
episodes.
gone.
Don't
I
worry.
feel so alone. Someone hold me.
Apparently, someone wants me to change my picture on my website.
I like that picture.
Yeah, for those who don't know, just check my website and go to About Me. You'll see a picture of me as a doctor holding a video
You
game
are
console.
not a doctor. You are a fake doctor. I would never come to you if I was sick. But I
Oh
still
yeah,
want to be
I
your friend.
remember. Yeah, on Facebook, I did this like class project where I made my own console and I wore my dad's doctor jacket, holding the holding like the PlayStation 2 and saying, "Oh yeah, this is a piece of shit" or whatever. I don't remember, but oh my god.
Well, I'm not saying I'm a legitimate doctor, but
You're a fake doctor. I would trust my own diagnosis over your diagnosis because I would be comical
What the
in my
fuck is-
diagnosis, and that just recorded.
yeah.
I had AOL Instant Messenger in the background. Or no, iChat, excuse me. Sorry, Apple. Remember iChat? Yeah, I had that in the fucking background. Yeah, very, very, hip.
If you hear like random noises in the background, that's mainly my instant messenger
He's
alerting
beating me up. He's beating me up.
No,
Don't
no,
trust him. He's beating me up. Theo beats me.
I don't beat you. I don't beat you at all.
See, he's lying. He's stalling and lying. The bruises.
Oh god.
5 minutes!
Okay, I'm done.
I am
now.
regretting this decision right
Whatever,
now.
you're having a good old
Minutes.
time, and you know that anybody who listens to this is gonna be like, "Wow, really?" and still listen and laugh.
Oh my god.
And be like,
this is
"Wow,
fucking
really?"
weird.
I just really,
And then if we throw Josie on here, she will critique us, and she won't know what's going on.
Dur-
She'll be sitting over there.
I'm critiquing myself, and this is fucking awful. I can't believe I fucking thought this was fucking watchable. Having a fucking image going back and forth like that. I had a fucking a MacBook that had a camera built into it, and I didn't use that. Yeah, okay, wow, I'm very
But
fucking.
will I be able to see the wavy bars again?
Yes.
Unless we're hiding. No.
Oh no, I know why. Because I wanted to do like an actual podcast thing and have it go on iTunes and shit, and I couldn't figure it out. I still can't fucking figure it out. So fuck me, right?
It'll be acceptable
God
if we
damn
hide it from her, because then
Eat
I won't be
this.
able to see the wavy bars, and I'll want to talk about the wavy bars, but I won't talk about the wavy bars.
And by the way,
She
he's
can't
in
see the
another
wavy
video,
bars,
so
and
then-
wow, I
so
just
we
went on a
haven't-
soliloquy right there.
Yeah, and we're already pushing
to the
6
end of him.
minutes, which is actually longer than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
So
It's a worthy
So.
6 minutes.
This
this
is
is a worthy
priceless,
episode, actually. I like
Almost
this
7
one.
minutes.
I like this
We
one.
are-
Part of me is excited to go through my old videos because it's the thing is that I get to see how far I've come because I'm very happy with my recent videos, the videos I've done like last year and all that stuff. There was a hiatus I've gone with my YouTube videos, and I think that hiatus was beneficial because I got to. I think I was just doing videos on YouTube just for the sake of doing it, and then after this hiatus I took from it, I started putting videos that I actually wanted to put up, and it's interesting. It's interesting. It's a very interesting period, and I think I'm kind of glad these videos are up. Part of me is kind of the dark recesses of my mind is glad that these videos are up, but man, if I did a video like this today, kill me.
A lot more.
I think we should push it to 7 minutes, because it's almost 7 minutes. We got 20 seconds.
We should put it to
I will
10
count
minutes.
down. Ready? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Get your last minutes. 15, 14, 13,
I
12,
really-
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
4.
wait, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Oh, I should just push 10 minutes just for the fuck of it.
I don't know if I can last that. Wait, yes.
What
I
do we
can.
talk
I
about
can
for-
last that
We can just
long.
discuss things.
Dot,
You don't
dot,
have to
dot.
even, go off a script because
Dude,
this
you
is...
realize that's what we've been doing the whole time.
Exactly.
I'm not retarded. You need to reply to Stephanie.
Oh! Shout out to my ex-girlfriend. Yeah, Stephanie, she was my ex-girlfriend. It was a very long relationship of 2 weeks. It was great. Yeah.
Keek! Coochie keek! Coochie keek!
Well, we don't have to get into that.
You screwed up typing.
Well, anyway, also, I've also been reading that Killzone 2...
Killzone 2!
Oh, there they are. There's the wavy
I
bars.
like
Are
the
you
wavy
happy?
bars. I miss the wavy bars.
Anyways, Killzone 2, I've not played that game yet. I wish I didn't make the 40 days that
Whatever.
day.
You're getting $100 for it.
Oh yeah, 40 days! Oh! Okay, so 40 days, if you guys don't know, I took a bet where I would not play a video game for 40 days. I would not play any video games for 40 days for Lent or whatever. And and this guy was like, oh yeah, you're not gonna be able to do that. So I paid him, so I took a bet with him. I was like, yeah, if I don't play a game for 40 days, you pay me $100. I won the bet, but I kind of... Here's the thing, don't tell this guy. I mean, the bet's 8 years at this point, but 8 years old at this point. But I played Halo 2 during those 40 days, and I didn't realize that I was still in the 40 days. And then me and my friend, this guy, was like, "Oh shit!" But we never told him. We never told him that I played a game during those 40 days. So I got $100 anyway. It was great. 10 out of 10.
Plus,
Yeah.
we're getting muffins.
We
Delicious,
do not talk
delicious
about
muffins.
the piss flavored ice cream.
Piss flavored ice cream is disgusting and shall remain frozen in the freezer and never.
That was the code word for when I broke the 40 days. That's why it's called that.
Ever. I don't
Release.
think I have enough evers memorized. Now,
Yeah, we
Except
The only reason why I'm kind of open about this is because that guy that I made the bet for unfriended me on Facebook for no reason. I really whatever, but he unfriended me. So fuck you, man. Just kidding. Whatever. You unfriended me for whatever reason, but
I did
got
tell
$100.
Josie you may tell her in a year or two.
Oh, that's
It's way
way past his bed.
And everybody will forget this whole ordeal unless they listen to this, and then we're
maybe that's why he unfriended me. Maybe Pat told him about it and unfriended me on Facebook. Oh,
rude.
cracked it.
But really, how many
shit.
people do we know
But-
are gonna listen to this and are able to intercept this coding?
I
words?
don't think even Beeson will listen to this because he's
Yeah, you hear these burps? Those aren't from me. They're from Pat. So you tell me, who's the worst? DSP with the snorts and belches, or this guy? I think this guy is up there.
The only reason he would listen to this is because it'd be entertaining, which I think we should let him listen to this, but he still won't know, because we coated everything with muffins and piss-flavored ice cream. What up? Mm-mm.
So, right now, I'm actually at a certain problem, actually, where after the 40 days, I'm wondering which game should I play first, Resident Evil 5, Killzone 2, or Metal Gear Solid Touch. So I'm thinking of leaving it up to the viewer, the listeners, or whatever you call them on YouTube. They'll listen to an audio.
If you make it a video...
No one commented about it.
Yeah.
Making it an audio, you make it a listen.
Okay, well, listeners,
Tenors.
you type in the comment section, Killzone 2,
This got 32
Resident
views.
Evil 5, or Metal Gear Solid Touch, and most demands I get, I'll play that game first and review it.
32
Or do what I
views
do,
over this.
just list
Wow.
off another random game that he's not talking about, and then he'll have to go for that if you pull enough votes for it. I, for one, say get him to play Kitty Island Adventure.
It's not even a game.
I don't care. Make it a game.
I can't make a game.
Butters plays it. It's enough evidence there. But you know what? Everybody post Pokemon. He will play Pokemon then.
I
And
played
Pokemon is
before.
badass. No, you will play it your first game then. And Pokemon is badass and worthy of it. Pokemon.
Well,
Gotta
anyways,
catch 'em all, it's so true.
or if you can't really
Of
comment me for
courage
some
with
reason, you can just
all
email me at
spirit.
ravensguy1990
Oh, he was there was one
I'll put my
email
email
me.
address
Yeah,
in the comment
because
section
people
just in
would
case
do
you can
that.
hear me because of the theme song going on.
Pokemon.
Yeah, how many times have you emailed random YouTubers when they ask for it? Yeah.
Well, this has been a very successful episode. I'm glad that you're here with me, actually. Because this is a very entertaining one. We had
For some reason, I think you're gonna not record another one until I'm around.
I doubt so. I think I'll just...
Aren't you so lucky that I'm around pretty much every day?
Yeah.
And I'm staying this weekend.
So we could even do a little special weekend episode. Because I do this weekly, actually, so we could always break the laws and just...
Hey, I don't like how the hand gestures are going when you said a weekend special. You were doing this with the hand gestures, buddy.
I was scratching my fingers.
I know what you were doing, but I was just saying it looked wrong at the time.
Well, anyways, this is it for the Electro Idiot podcast.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna stop there. Fuck that. That was awful. That was the worst thing I sat through. And we're not even halfway, and I already hated that. Yeah, okay, great.
Okay.
By the way, this is me ripping off Adam Sessler's soapbox thing he did for G4, so I'm hyped for that.
In the past few weeks or so, Resident Evil 5 has been released. And, some journalists got the game early, like X-Play reviewed Resident Evil 5. I liked their review. I agree with them. I think it got what it deserved. So, apparently it got a 3 out of 5. And
Wow, look at my
all
hair.
of a sudden I go to message boards and I start reading all these people's comments. And most of them are saying that they're wrong, they're biased, they're all these kind of names. They're not biased, because when it's a multi-platform game, what are they showing bias towards? I mean, I guess you could say they're, expecting a generic game. Well, no, I don't blame them, because it's too...
Yeah, but they can't be biased to Capcom? Wow, I'm such a fucking...
2009, all the stuff that's in Resident Evil 5 was in Resident Evil 4. You don't need to buy Resident Evil 5 to have fun with it. You just play Resident Evil 4. You played Resident Evil 5, you're in that respect. Story-wise, the story didn't really wow me. I'll be honest. I was never a Resident Evil fan, so when the cutscenes were leaked, I'll admit I did watch them all, but
I don't even remember if I did or...
I gotta say, for a Resident Evil game, this story was awful. And that's...
Awful. I played the remaster, and it wasn't that bad. I actually liked the story. I think there's just some things wrong with it. I think the TGS trailer that they had for Resident Evil 5 kind of killed the whole reveal of Jill. So, yeah.
It's just the niceness I can say about it, because it goes from... very interesting story from the beginning. The beginning was pretty interesting, but then it gets to the point where you had this sense of deja vu. Because I sat there and I could have sworn Resident Evil 4 had almost the same story. one bad guy trying to take over the world.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah,
thinks that
that's
he's
right. That's what I didn't like. Wesker had this whole thing working behind the scenes, and then it ended up being like the same fucking like beat. But
ruler. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Resident Evil 4, Osmond Sadler tried to do the same thing. Now it's Wesker. And another thing that kind of drove me a little bit crazy was that when I was watching the cutscenes, you could definitely tell that they wanted to keep Wesker a secret. They wanted the gamer to be like, oh my god, Wesker's there! But when you saw the trailers, you saw him there, so it kind of defeated the whole surprise that he's there kind of thing.
I like how I'm spoiling this.
When that happens, it just kind of dies, and everything else dies with it, and all that suspense. And Capcom did a terrible job of keeping their biggest secret hidden, and I'm not going to tell you because I'm not going to be that guy. And
oh, okay, it was just
horrible. Just watch the trailers, you'll know what I mean. Then play the game. You will be pretty ticked that they had this. And another thing that bothered me a lot was not half the bosses. That's just one boss appears from Resident Evil 4, and I hated that boss from Resident Evil 4. I hated him. It was El Gigante. Now they call him something else in Resident Evil 5. It's the same boss. That's not what I like. You know, it's like going to Super Mario Galaxy, and every single boss is the same one. You know, the only boss I did repeat is kind of like Bowser, but then again, you kill him differently than you did in Super Mario 64. So how come in a game like that, they had a different boss? Every boss was different. There was no patterns resembled each other. So don't say, oh well, they ran out of ideas or whatever. Here. No, they did run out of ideas poorly. They could have. No, it was just horrible. And you know what? I'm tired of having these huge worms or huge fish attacking. They were in Gears of War, and then there was gigantic monsters in Resistance 2. I don't understand why we need these huge monsters. It's like now we're getting overflooded with them more than what we need. So basically, that
is kind of true. Because I feel like once Shadow of the Colossus came out, every game after that tried to be that. And it's like, guys, you don't need to make giant bosses. You know, like, that's kind of fucking stupid in my opinion, but whatever.
Resident Evil 5, and the fact that everyone thinks a 3 out of 5 is too harsh. The controls are dated. I mean, having to stand still and shoot is just something that should not be in Resident Evil 5, because that's the whole game. And this is through the demo, so I'm talking through the demo, by the way, and it just screams to have moving and shooting, because standing there is not helpful. And you can say, oh, well, it's always been every single Resident Evil game. Well, we're at a time where they need to change the whole formula of the whole game. Yeah, it was great back in Resident Evil 4. It was great back in Resident Evil 3. You don't need to repeat that, because you already got the audience there. Look at Metal Gear Solid 4. They could have kept the same control style, but they changed it because they knew people were losing interest with the old control style, and only the hardcore fans will appreciate it.
I mean, like, I kind of see where I'm getting at with that, but I played Resident Evil 5 again and 4. I kind of liked standing in place and aiming, because it kind of made it more challenging. You would have to, like, place yourself in a safe spot constantly. But I think that, you know, moving and shooting was the least of the problems that Resident Evil 6 had. I don't think moving and shooting was what made Resident Evil 6 a bad game. Resident Evil 6 had a lot of other issues.
You don't need to keep the fans happy all the time. You do need to keep them happy, but not all the time. You change the controls, and if they are your fans truly, they would not mind these control changes, because running and gunning isn't a big thing that will ruin a game. It will actually help it, if not improve it. So, you know, pretty much you could say, oh, it's more innovative. The only thing they innovated in there was cooperative, and that's not really innovative, because it was so obvious that right back in E307 when they actually said, oh, we have co-op, it was such a lackluster feature. It's kind of obvious that they were going to put it that there to begin with, and they just put that there just so they have online, because they knew they would not make enough money without online. I like that terminology there with that, but we don't need it in today's society. I like games that are online because that means you get a stronger single player and extras and all that stuff. Yeah, online you get more bang of the buck than what you think. Online is just a mess, and people have been getting many network problems with this game in particular. So yeah, that's well, I'd like to end it. So stay tuned for the next.
I don't even talk about the
Electromagnetic
network problem.
Soapbox.
I don't remember if there was any network problems with Resident Evil 5. Oh my god, I like drunk at all these thumbnails. Ah, wow. Wow, amazing. Oh, episode 2. 4 minutes.
Okay, this soapbox will be steered
Oh,
towards
my website.
GameTrailers.com more than anyone.
Oh my god, let's see. Is it still live? Can I still go to that website? You can't. You can't go to that website. What? Where did I go here? I didn't want to edit. I don't want to edit this shitty video.
Okay, this soapbox will be steered towards GameTrailers.com more than anyone else, because this is what I'm noticing on their website and in their forums, and this does question their integrity in my opinion, because there's really no need for this kind of reporting. Well, so apparently every time Capcom or any other multi-platform company would release a game, Game Trailers would be the first to come out with these comparison videos. I'd like to sit and ask them, where do they get off at doing this? I mean, why do you need these comparison videos? What are you comparing? Why are you comparing them? They're the exact same game. And, yeah, you're comparing graphics, but I would rather be comparing controls. I would rather be comparing those, because
comparing controls for a game that's multi-platform, yeah, because they're gonna change the gameplay of on the PS3 and 360. Yeah, totally.
If you own a 360 and let's say the graphics don't look as good, and let's say the PS3 version looks better, well, I doubt they're going to be buying a PlayStation 3 then, or buying a PlayStation 3 version of the game. There's no point in comparison videos.
I mean, I kind of see what I'm getting at, because, in the sense that, when, you have a 360, do you really care how the PS3 version looks when you buy a multi-platform game? Like, if you buy Resident Evil 5 on the 360, are you really going to care how it looks like on the PS3? Like, that's what I don't get. Like, people keep putting value in that, but, like, it makes sense to do those comparisons at launch, like when the consoles are coming out, but not when like you're in the life cycle of those games, because at that point you know which one is either gonna be better or whatever. I just don't think graphics matter.
Fail to see the purpose. So I'd like to have someone in the comments tell me why they should have these comparison videos. I mean, yeah, I guess it's okay. You can make people shut up about, oh, my console's better than yours graphically, but at the same time, it's actually starting more flames in the message board. It's like, I go to message board, and around Devil May Cry 4, I saw so many threads saying, oh, the 360 version looks so much better than the PS3 version, and at the same time, I hear PS3 version is so much better than the 360 version graphically. They're both the same game. Okay, there might be a little bit of a difference within the graphics, but they're both the same game essentially. You're both playing the same thing. The graphics are hardly noticeable, within the comparison videos, I rarely see a difference. Yeah, there'd be a little bit of a little texture difference, but you don't really notice this texture difference when you're playing the game, unless you are the guy to actually run up to a wall, stop, and look at the wall very closely for an hour or so, and yeah, then you could. Then there you go, but I doubt a gamer who's playing Resident Evil 5 would actually do that, because they're too busy shooting bad guys. So, I don't understand this whole video comparison. Why do we need to compare graphics? We should actually compare controllers and controls, like, which controls feel better? Did the PS3 controls feel better than 360? Which one plays better? Not which one looks better. That's just ridiculous. You shouldn't be buying a game because of how it looks. If you do that, then you're basically falling into the trap of judge a book by its cover. no, just don't do that.
Don't.
So game trailers, stop doing these graphics comparisons, and people who actually like them, then you're just a graphic whore and you're actually, insulting gaming as a whole. Okay.
I, I went on a whole tirade there, apparently. Oh yeah, if you talk about graphics, you're a part of the problem, and you're a graphic whore.
Gaming is all about gameplay, not what the game looks like. I mean, yeah, the graphics do need to look good, somewhat presentable.
I mean, I still kind of believe that. Like, I still think not that, but I do think that I still care more about gameplay than the graphics. I really don't care about graphics. I mean, like, they should just look good for what they are. They should. I mean, if I buy a PS4 game, I don't want them to look like a PS2 game. You know, like they need to look at least good.
Generation, but at the end of the day, it's how it plays. Like, Mirror's Edge looked like a really good game. It looked like a real good game. Gameplay was good, but then it just kept repeating itself. Like, after a few missions, I just got a sense of deja vu. Like, oh, I remember jumping.
Wow, I really love that
I remember
phrase.
That pipe. I know hitting that guard. I mean, Mirror's Edge felt the same to the point. That's why it was a 7 out of 10 on my website, because it was just too similar to what the beginning was. And if you played the demo, you basically played the game. Story-wise, the story wasn't really enthralling whatsoever.
What's enthralling?
It was just a snore fest, in my opinion. It's a good game. If you like that kind of game, I guess you could buy it, but other than that, I can't see that game being any good. But it comes back to the argument that gameplay makes a better game, not graphics. So I would like for you guys to think about that when you buy a game or
anyone even comment on that? No.
I
got 2 likes.
If you have a very good reason why they should keep doing them, please put it in the comment section.
Categories,
and I'll
gaming,
rethink my little position on. There's no need for these graphic comparisons. It should be more of.
Okay. Yeah, I can. Oh, okay, good. Oh man. I can't wait till we get to like the really weird ones. Like I can't wait to endure these. The ones I do back at my house. It's gonna be something. We gotta get there first.
Okay, today's soapbox is I really want to
better audio. Oh my god, guys! Finally, I'm like.
Say thank you to Hideo Kojima for making one of the best games last year. I mean, this really got me for a surprise. Of course, I'm talking about Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots.
Wow, my opinion is the opposite now. I really am disappointed with Metal Gear Solid 4. I like 5 way more than 4. And here I'm saying the opposite. Wow. Wow, dude.
I gotta say, it was really, really fun and really, really interesting. Like, it's the only game that I was playing the story and it made me say, holy shit, I can't believe that just happened. Because the plot twists were so much, like, unpredictable. I was really amazed on how much they talked. They were referencing all the way back to Metal Gear Solid 3, which is back in the 60s. So they talked about MGS 1, 2, and 3. And a little of the first 2 Metal Gears, which is kind of impressive, I gotta say. But out of all the games I've played, even like recently, Metal Gear Solid 4 takes the cake because, even to this day, I still get amazed by all these plot twists, even though I know what's happening. In Act 4, every time I go to Act 4, it gets me. I really start to feel nostalgic. I really, get this feeling like, oh, I've been here before. Oh my god, this is so amazing. But I don't get that with any other game, though. I don't get this feeling that, oh, this is amazing. Like, it's just the way it's done, the way the voice actors record their voices. It was just really well done. David Hayter's best performance yet. I mean, I really liked MGS4 as a whole. I think it's really one of the best games on the PlayStation 3. Even to compare to 360, I think it's one of the best games in general. I don't think it will ever be topped at all. I played a lot of good games. I played a lot of them, but MGS4 gets a lot out of me. And you always say, I'm a fanboy, but I really, really got surprised by this one. I liked MGS1, I liked it 2 and 3.
But see, this kind of highlights the things I don't like about 4, because all 4 did, the only reason why I'm saying all this shit is because it hit every single fan note. Like, the whole game is fan service. Metal Gear Solid 4 should be called fan service the game, because after I played it a few times, the story got less and less interesting. When I played Metal Gear Solid 5, the story was interesting. It still is interesting to me. I mean, yeah, I could argue that the way that the story was told is bad. I didn't like how the story was told, but I thought the overall story was interesting for what it is. But, yeah, okay, Theo.
But 4 was just the one I kept going back for more. Like, the gameplay itself was also pretty like, in there, so I got hooked in by the gameplay, but the story alone, and for it to just get me to be shocked, where I'm like, oh, that happened, and it gets to the point where I'm always surprised, even though I know the story inside and out. It just gets there, and I really do. I really will miss the Solid series, though. There will be other Metal Gear games, but not like the fourth one. So, if you want to play PlayStation 3, I definitely recommend buying it. These cutscenes, the length is typical, so it's just there. I don't really see the cutscenes being the thing that's aiming it down, because it needs those cutscenes. If they shortened those cutscenes, it probably would not have gotten me the way it did, because it reaches to me so, like, it hits me right where I don't expect it, because I'm really emotionless when it comes to gaming. And when I hear these little plot twists, I'm like, oh, that's expected. Like, Gears of War 2, for instance. I was, like, sitting there expecting everything to happen, and it did happen. But with MGS4, everything I expected to happen did not happen. So it's kind of like, oh, surprise! And it was just surprising to me. And that's what a story should do, is surprise you, not, you have these typical plot points. I mean, like with Dom, I kind of knew what happened to his wife, because, I mean, really, just look at how it's played and look at the emotions. You can kind of tell what's gonna happen. So I was like really disappointed with that. And with MGS4, it was just like nothing I expected. It was like beyond my comprehension of a story, and the story was really well written. I gotta say, it was one of the best stories I've seen. It's like reading a book or going out for a movie. It's just like watching a story unfold, and you really want to know what happens to these characters. And the gameplay also complements it in a way. So I just want to say thanks, Kojima, for making such a great series, and I'm kind of happy you finished the series as well, because I really can't see you doing a fifth one. So I say it's worth whatever it's worth now. I say go buy it. If you don't have a PlayStation 3, I say this one definitely pushes the question of, is it worth the PlayStation 3? Because at times it's yes, and at like a little bit of the time it's like no, it's not worth it. But like 90% of the time it's worth a PlayStation 3. So
wow,
do yourself a favor and buy the PlayStation 3, or just buy the game. Okay, just buy the game. If you own one already, you owe yourself, and you will not regret it unless you are an idiot.
Unless you are an idiot. Wow. I'm the best. It's episode 3, right? Yeah, I think. Yeah. That's
I want to talk about casual games for all consoles, because a lot of people tend to look at them badly, like, oh, we want hardcore games. Like, look at the Nintendo Wii, that has nothing but casual games, and everyone keeps saying, I want a hardcore Nintendo game on the Wii. Well, that's not gonna happen, because they want the casual market, as you already know. I mean, I bet you guys already picked this up, but like, I don't think we need hardcore gaming anymore. I think hardcore game.
I can already tell that I made these videos thinking, my opinion matters. I'm making these videos, and my opinions are law, and everything that I say, it's like intelligence, and I know what I'm saying, and everyone is listening. I'm gonna be the next big thing. Like, it's how Phil sees himself when he does these fucking reviews, and that's kind of what I hate about Phil, is that his reviews have degraded to the point where they're on like this level of quality. It's just this sense of false importance, and that's the worst thing you can bring into a video. Um, because when you do a video, you should just know innately it's your opinion, and you're just sharing it. That's all you're doing. You're not like gonna, it's not like if you say something, it's not like, oh, the world's ears are open, everyone's watching my videos and all this kind of stuff. And that's a shitty mentality to have because it inhibits creativity, in my opinion. So if you do a video, just know you're putting your own opinion out there. You're not important, okay? You're a nobody, and that's why most of these are cringy, because I had this false sense of importance and like, oh yeah, people watch me.
Gaming is gonna die out in the future. I don't think it's gonna last for a while. And the typical reason is because of money, but also I find myself getting bored of the hardcore games. I mean, like most of the games that are
hardcore to casual games, like oh man. I mean, there are kind of casual games, but like it's like, oh, I got bored with hardcore games, so I went to casual games.
Out now are just too generic. Like for me, I found Call of Duty 4 to be far too generic for me to actually enjoy that game the way it should be.
Oh my god, I fucking talking and I was like, oh my god.
Like, you can argue with me all you want, but it just got really generic for me, and it just got to the point where I just didn't want to play anymore because I had the sense of deja vu, like I've been here before. Not because of the setting, it's just because it's a first-person shooter. I've played so many first-person shooters, and it just seems to blend in with the whole crowd. I mean, the only first-person shooter I could think of that stands out is Resistance 2. I know there's Killzone 2, but that's still a generic shooter, and you can't really deny that statement because it is. I mean, yeah, it looks really good, and it plays
it's generic, and you can't say that it is.
good, but it just looks generic. It's just a generic first-person shooter with just great visuals and unique gameplay that doesn't really stand out. I mean, yeah, it's the first one that has a cover system, but that doesn't really make it the best first-person shooter that's unique and original, because I've seen many games that take their genre to a whole new perspective. Like, take for instance, Metal Gear Solid 4. That game is a stealth action game. It's stealth. And look what happened to it. It focuses on much more, it opens up the doorway. It's more open-ended in a way, in a sense. It's just more entertaining to play that game than I do with any other game.
Dude, I look like I'm fucking high out of my mind in this video, and I never smoked weed when I was in college. I look fucking high here. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I did smoke weed in college, but not when I made this video.
This is also apparent in Gears of War. I don't care what you think, but I find Gears of War 2 to be very bland, generic, and it was just kind of
all of these fucking buzzwords I just been throwing out. It's like, yeah, I find this to be generic. Yeah, you mad? Like,
and they're done that. I don't need to continue. I didn't even need to beat the game, but I did though. I beat the game, but I just
beat the game, but
I beat the game, it felt like I didn't need to understand everything. The gameplay itself is just so. It's a good gameplay. I'm not gonna say the gameplay is horrible. It's just the same. I know that it's like a sequel, and I know it's asking a lot for them to change the gameplay, because it's kind of hard to change something that's, there's no other button to change it to, but like, it's just everything within the game, like the way they set everything up is just the same as Gears of War 1. Take cover, pop and shoot. That gameplay has been in Gears of War 1, and Gears of War 2, I honestly thought there'd be something more to it than just the same thing, but I was wrong. It's just new weapons, and the new weapons aren't really. I don't really like the new weapons. I still find myself using the Lancer, I still find myself using the shotgun, and I still use the Magnum. I don't really see myself using any of the newer guns. I mean, they fixed the Hammer Burst, I think it's called, but other than that, I still find myself using the typical generic Gears of War 1 weapons and Gears of War 2, and when I resort to that, there's something wrong with the game. Granted, in MGS4 you're still using the same guns, like you're using the M9 still, but it's called something else. but at least I can do different things to them every time instead of me just using the same gun, I can CQC them. I can just dodge them all together. Gears of War is a typical shooter, which makes me want to use new guns, but the new guns don't really interest me. The new handgun they have in Gears of War 2, I just don't like it that much. I mean, it's a good one, but I find myself using Magnum more because it's more powerful and it has more
Yeah, the
stopping
Magnum
power.
in Gears of War, guys.
So, I find hardcore gaming to be a dying breed. I don't think it's going to be here for too long. I
It's a
think
dying
within
breed, yeah.
a few years from now, we're
Hardcore
going to see
gaming
nothing
is
but
endangered
casual
species.
gaming. Just look at the 360. I mean, they changed their interface to the new Xbox experience, which looks a lot like the Me channel from Nintendo's Wii. But just look at where they're going. They're not going. They're not. They're going to a more casual base. All the games they've been getting lately have been casual games. Like, they've been focusing on casual games.
Casual
Unlike
games.
Sony, which
Casual
is still
games.
stuck in hardcore gaming. I mean, there's still some casual games on the PlayStation 3 you could find, but it's still pushing out the hardcore titles. But soon after that, we're not going to see any hardcore titles after that. We're going to see casual gaming. I mean, we'd see some hardcore titles here and there, but I still think casual gaming is going to evolve as a whole.
I'm so confused what I'm fucking talking about in this video. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm saying hardcore gaming is dying. Sony is the only one that has hardcore games. And then, like, casual games are gonna evolve? What are they gonna evolve to? Hardcore games? What the fuck are we... What am I talking about? Am I defending casual games? Am I defending hardcore games? What the fuck is this video? Why did I make it?
And we're not going to see hardcore gaming anymore. We're going to see a lot of casual games. If for good or for bad, I think it's decent because I find myself enjoying casual games as well. So it's not a complete loss, but I don't really see hardcore gaming pushing the limits. So I could be wrong. I really do hope I am wrong in this one. But I do think hardcore gaming is going to be pushed out of the side.
This video is
and I think casual gaming will be the new norm for video gaming.
One person
because I could picture next console cycle we're gonna see a lot of casual software and hardware being pushed out from all three companies than actual hardcore titles. The only company I see pushing hardcore titles would be Capcom maybe, but
yeah.
their titles have been lacking everything so far. Like just look at Resident Evil 5 and Devil May Cry 4, the two games that they dropped the ball on. So pretty much.
See, I was the OG Capcom hater, guys. I hate Capcom. Well, it was kind of cool to hate on Capcom back then, but yeah.
What happens, and I do think the casual market will expand faster than the hardcore market would like to see. I do like hardcore gaming. I play hardcore games, but I don't think it's gonna last as long as people think.
Yeah.
PC gaming will also die as well with hardcore gaming.
What the fuck? Wow. I need a video that is the dumbest video on YouTube. This is dumber than anything DSP has ever said. That is quite a feat. I made a video that said a lot of dumb shit. Wow.
Gaming. Not this year, not next year, but it will eventually, and it'll be a sad day for gaming because we need those hardcore games. We need PC gaming, but all that's gonna die out within the few years to come. I do think I'm wrong, but the way things are going,
I think I'm wrong. I am wrong. I don't think that anymore. I know I'm wrong when I see this. I've never been more wrong in my entire channel.
I think we're not too far from that kind of future because just like, as I said, just look at Microsoft's campaign, look at Microsoft's new interface. If that does not look like it's for casual gaming, then I must have missed something because I'm pretty sure the new Xbox experience does look a lot like something that the casual market would enjoy.
God.
So that's pretty much it. I don't think hardcore gaming will last as much as it will. Casual gaming will just take and consume the market.
I really would like
See you
to have a
next
debate
time.
with myself. My young self. A debate between me and my young self. Oh my god. Episode 5, guys.
Okay.
I like how I
You
skipped
guys are
over
probably wondering what
two.
happened to Saturday's episode of the soapbox. I just didn't shoot it or put it up because I was on the road for 14 hours. So today I want to talk. So today's episode, which is supposed to be yesterday's, I'm going to talk about stories in video games, like how people kept saying that they want more gameplay than story. I think it all depends on the kind of games. Like the Japanese games, like Metal Gear, like Kojima Productions, Capcom. Those companies really focused on story.
Yeah, Capcom
Back
focused
in
on
the
story.
back during the PlayStation 1, they focused on story. Those are story-driven games. If you limit the cutscenes to a certain minute, then you're taking out all the development in that story. So I think developers should just focus on story. I think story is
Oh my god.
so much better
I
to focus
talk
on
like
than
a fucking
how much
idiot.
gameplay you get. Because
This is like it just sounds like I have a fucking. Oh man, this is really weird. Because when I talk now, it's like I'm talking like coherently, and I don't have these weird breaks in between words or whatever. I don't know. Like,
yeah, you need. I mean, like they should focus on that too, but I think the story aspect should be the one aspect that should keep you going throughout the whole game. If the story is not interesting, but the
whoa, look
gameplay
at
is
that nice
good,
mess in the
I
background.
think it's
right
just
there.
not a very
Yeah, very clean.
appealing game. Because that's the one thing I like about Metal Gear Solid 4 is that it drove me to beat the game because I wanted to know how it ended, how it wrapped the whole series. Then if you were to look at other games like Prince of Persia, that game didn't really drive me because the story wasn't really good in my opinion. I just didn't really beat it. I mean, yeah, some of these other games like Call of Duty, Fear, the story
Fear.
isn't really there. They've just been focused on gameplay, so the story gets backseat half the time, and you don't really beat the game for the story. You beat the game because
Look
the
at this
game's
hair.
fun,
This is great
which is
hair.
good because a game is supposed to be fun. But I think now we need more stories in games than the typical storylines are just kind of there, and you know how it ends. Because if it drives you to beat the game, then that's where it all counts. Not, oh, the gameplay will be the reason why you beat the game. It should be because of the story. The gameplay should not really should not matter that much unless it's completely horrible. Like for instance, Resident Evil 5, that story is pretty good. It's pretty interesting. It keeps you from not finishing it. It keeps you finishing it and wanting to know what happens to Wesker, what happens to Chris, and all these other characters. Then going through the game, but the gameplay itself is
what's
just
weird when I'm looking at these? My nose is so weird in older videos. I never noticed before, but like when I look at newer videos of me, like my nose looks fine. Here, it's like it looks so weird. I really don't know. I can't explain it. I can't explain why my nose looks so fucking weird. Like you don't see the other nostril at all, and like the right nostril is like huge, but that's not the case anymore with my nose. I don't get my.
it's kind
I don't get my
of hitting there
my
here and there. Like it does not play like it should. It should have run and gun mechanics, yet it doesn't. It cries for those Western modern controls, but it doesn't have it. I mean, it has all these little mechanics that made Resident Evil 4 so great, but now we're in 2009. These little uh, gameplay mechanics will not look the same if you played it in 2009. It's just stop and shoot does not work in any other games. It does not work if you want running and gunning. Just look at Gears of War. And that's another prime example of not an interesting story, but you beat the game because the gameplay is just fantastic. The story really didn't really get the big boom as it did. Gears of War 2 did get the boom. It's just kind of ridiculous how they did fix it for Gears of War 2, but the story was just kind of, oh, that happened. Yep, this is gonna happen. Yep, they use this too much predictable. Like you knew what's gonna happen exactly. We just need more games that have more interesting stories than interesting gameplay. Gameplay should be a little should have some focus. I mean, Resident Evil 5 sold so well because of the story alone. Like they just liked the other for the gameplay because they liked the story. They liked the fact that it ended the Chris arc. They just liked the story. They wanted to see what happened. That kind of devotion to a certain game, I like that kind of devotion because you get the whole, you know, feeling of reading a book. You read a book, you like the book because you like the story, but let's
Someone
say
in the
that it's
chat,
not
please
written
say something.
good, but the story sounds interesting, but it's not written really well. It has some grammar issues here and there, but you still read the book because you were just caught up into the story.
How far are we
That's
in
what we
this?
kind of
Oh
need
my
for
God, the
games, is that
pacing's
the
so
story grabs
bad.
you, and the gameplay has some little hiccups here and there, but you still beat the game because you wanted to see how the story ends and how it ties the loose ends, or creates other loose ends for the sequel to finish. But pretty much that's all I want games to have now are just good stories, not stories that are just kind of thrown in there from like other games. I'm tired of hearing these emotional stories about, oh, my loved one is missing. I gotta save her before she dies, or I gotta save my missing person so she doesn't die, or whatever.
So bad.
How do you just do with that and have like a Metal Gear feel to it, where you just go on a mission, you don't know what exactly. All you know is that this guy's the bad guy. You have to stop and make sure he has no abilities to shoot a nuclear weapon, and like that kind of stuff. We need that in a video game. We need that kind of sense of you don't know everything. You just know these little bare essentials of what you need to do. And then as you go through, you start seeing these other questions come up. You see all these little answers, these little things that start making you wonder, why is this happening? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Instead of just having, I'm looking for someone throughout the whole story. It gets really annoying to hear the same thing of, oh, this person must be doing this. I gotta find this person. Next scene, gotta find this person still. Next scene, have you seen this person? This gets to the point where I just want to stop playing because I know what happens to that person because it's just a typical plot twist. So that's pretty much all I want in games is story. I don't think that's too hard to ask. Just a good story it will do.
To say I want story. Wow, what a great video. Right, guys? Great video.
Spoilers!
Spoilers!
Okay, well, today's spoiler is MGS4. So, if you have not played Metal Gear Solid 4 yet, or haven't beaten it, and you want to know how it ends, any story, then just go away. Just get out of YouTube right now. Okay, now that's happened, I want to talk about the ending of MGS4, how people think that Snake should have actually killed himself instead of lived. Well, here's what I think of the story, and I played a lot of Metal Gear games, and I actually do like the story a lot. So anyways, this is what I thought of the ending of him not shooting himself. I think it was perfect, because if you think about it, would you shoot yourself? Would you kill yourself? I mean, yeah, if you want him to die, you have to put into aspect that, would you kill yourself? Would you commit suicide? I mean, would you get a gun, put it in your mouth, and just pull the trigger? No, you would not, because you have a little voice in your head, or you have a feeling that it would hurt, and I don't want to die. Snake obviously had that feeling, and it made him more human than anything else, and I like that, because the whole series, he didn't really have any human aspects to him. All he had was just morals, and he'd be like, he would talk about how bad war is, but in this form, it made Snake out more human than he usually was. So I think it's a good ending. I think it's a great way to tie loose ends.
Oh my god.
It's a fair argument if you talk about Big Boss being in there. Yeah, it's a fair argument saying, well, they just brought Big Boss just to dumb down the ending for everyone so it's not late and all that. So I guess it's a fair argument with that, but I think it was a good ending. I think it was perfect, and it was just what the series needed to end. It was epic. It was You know, it was a little dramatic. I gotta say, it was a very good ending for a very good series like that. So,
Very good series, guys.
so stop bitching about how you want Sting to die, because he deserved to live, and he did not deserve to die. He deserved to live life as a man. Since
It's kind of funny since now I'm like the opposite. I feel like that Solid Snake should have died at the end of 4. I think that would have been a better ending. But yeah, back then I guess I didn't think that.
he kept living life as a soldier. So I think the ending was perfect. I don't care what anyone else thinks. That's all for today's soapbox. Okay, today I want to talk about video games and stories, because I've been noticing a lot of games lately have been having the generic, typical storyline that guy's bad guy, he's trying to take over the world to kill him, blah blah blah, like that whole mess, and the generic twists.
No. I'm tired of hearing that.
Okay, today I want to talk about games that are usually single player that become multiplayer.
Okay. I'm sorry. I might cover that video in another video, but we sat through so many videos of me talking about fucking story. I can't sit through another fucking lecture about that. No. That is a terrible video. I can't believe I fucking had the fucking brain to say, oh, I'm gonna upload this video talk about story, even though I talk about story in 3 other videos. Like, oh my god. How fucking stupid was I? Really? I'm making myself salty. God damn it, Theo. How can you make...
So, this began, actually I've noticed this ever since Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence came with online mode. That was probably due to the fact that people kept requesting online for Metal Gear and all that. So then, Kojima just gave it in for the players.
Yes, Charles, I am making fun of myself. These videos are fucking awful. Look at these videos. You're telling me these are good videos? I'm just watching myself just to see how much I can endure of my videos. I mean, I can make fun of myself because it's me. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just watching these just to see my old videos because I have them up here. I haven't watched them in a long ass time, and I want to see how far I can stomach this. So that's why I'm watching these videos, and it's kind of a learning process as well because now I know how to make my newer videos even better. Because right now, every video I've seen so far, I had a disjointed kind of discussion with stuff and all that stuff. Yeah, I know, it's fine, Charles. I don't mean to come down hard on you like that. I was just explaining. I'm just telling you. I'm just watching this just so I just endure myself because I've watched all kinds of videos. Might as well talk about myself.
Fun little feature that they put into Metal Gear, but it felt really like last minute placing because there was some lag. There was a lot of stuff that other games do better. That's all because they've been focusing too much on getting everything in. They didn't focus on content wise.
To me, these videos they have a charm to them. They have a charm to them because I feel that I made these videos with the mindset of oh, I'm making a cool little YouTube series and all that. So it has a nice charm to it. I don't regret these videos, to be honest. I don't regret that these exist. I mean, if I did, I'd probably delete them, but I don't. I won't delete these, regardless, because I think they have a charm to them, and I think it's kind of whatever.
Years later, we have MGS4 with a more content, skillful, flushed out online mode, but we still see these little tendencies where this is not as good as other online games. That's just because you're telling a developer who is familiar with single-player games and making games offline to make an online game. You're bound to be seeing lots of it. There's no way to expect a better online mode from a developer that's usually making offline games. But and this takes me to Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5 looked really good. I mean, I was ecstatic before launch. I mean, I saw all these trailers. Then E3 2008 rolls around, and they announced co-op.
Co-op for what?
I was a little bit not disappointed, that's not the word. I was shocked. I mean, I was like, oh, this might be fun, but then I realized it won't be, because that's not Resident Evil. The only reason why they included it was so that they could sell it more. So they're not really they don't really care for the fans who buy the game. They just want anyone to pick up the game, because the online wasn't fleshed out. I've been reading a lot of network problems, and that doesn't happen to a company that's used to making online games. So I'm assuming that's because Capcom just wanted to make more money, so they made it online, because they knew that most gamers, when they go into a store, they see, first thing, just have online. So that's basically why.
But you know, that was the thing back then, was that everyone included online because of that. So you know, I was kind of in tune with that, because I mean, that was the main reason why people were doing online. Now it's like we're finally getting back to this balance of, if you have a game that's a single-player experience, keep it that way, and then have online if you really want to, or whatever. We're finally getting back to that balance, because I feel like around the PS3 and 360 life cycles, that games felt that they need to have online, and it's like, I'm so glad we're out of that, Like, I'm so glad we're finally done with, we need online. Like, I'm so done. Like, Resident Evil 7 doesn't have any co-op, at least it doesn't look like it has co-op, so that's a great thing. I like that we're finally getting games that are, single player when they need to, and it's nice.
Have that there. Now I find that to be very disturbing, because that takes not a lot of disk space, but it takes enough that I want to know what would happen if we had not have online mode. Where would the story would have gone?
See, I think these videos, I might get a little bit better. I think the earlier videos were the worst, but I think now we're getting to a good groove. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, now we're getting a lot of multiplayer-only games, like Overwatch. I think For Honor is going to be the new one next year as well. That's a multiplayer-only game, but, yeah, I think multiplayer games are worse, but I think I do agree, now that I'm thinking about that, because I think we have a good balance of multiplayer and single-player, but the one thing I just don't like, I agree, I don't like multiplayer-only games as much, because I don't want to pay $60 for a game that is only multiplayer. Like, they had a free Overwatch session for the weekend a few weeks ago, and I played that, and I was like, I don't know if I'd pay $60 for this game. I liked it, I had fun, but it's like, it feels like a game I play for a week and then I never go back to it. And it's like, I'll just wait until either the price drops or maybe get it as a gift. But I would not want this game. I would not pay $60 for this game. And Star Wars Battlefront is just the worst. I have that game, and man.
Had a bigger story, but thanks to online, it was shortened. So that's probably why it was shortened. But I don't know, that's just me. Another thing, the online mode for Resident Evil 5, I've seen videos. I played the demo. The demo had it too. The demo, when I was playing online, it was just shallow. It wasn't really fun. I was just like, I could just play by myself.
Co-op was fun. I liked the co-op a lot, actually, and it made the game playable. The worst thing I still hate is the versus mode. I played the versus mode in the remaster, thinking maybe I'll like this mode again. Like, I hated it when I first played it, but now that I've been playing Resident Evil 5 again, maybe I'll like it. Hated it. It's a terrible mode. I don't know why they bothered to include it.
The thing is that you're always going to be paired with someone who either played Resident Evil, who's a pro, or you're playing by yourself. When you're playing with a person who plays Resident Evil, he's probably just going to storm through the whole map while you're still behind, looking around, wondering where to go. And that really ruins the moment for me, because like, I have played some Resident Evil games, but I still like to explore the environment. But then when it's just I'm playing with a friend and he just dumbs off, I always have to catch up with him. So it just takes away from my enjoyment of the game. That's what I really don't like, is that you'll be paired with people who played Resident Evil and knows how to get through. So I just find it to be very disappointing that anything else to find a game that is originally a single player to incorporate co-op like that late in the development cycle, because they did not have co-op. They did not announce co-op in 2007 and so on, but they mentioned it in '08, which was a year before release, and that was just, to me, I think that's kind of a late addition, because if they thought of it earlier, it probably would have been fleshed out and more interesting, because I've noticed even in the demo that there's so many places where you need a co-op buddy, but that's just a very linear path. You don't even need your friend to go up there. Like these paths that you don't really need co-op for, they're just statically put in there. Like you just there's one part where you have to get through the door. You have to throw your partner on the other side of the building. That's not really good. I mean, it's just so typical and generic, and it's just, and we look at games like Gears of War. That does have some generic.
Resident Evil Zero, I love that game. I missed out on it when it came on the GameCube because I might have rented it once at Blockbuster, and I didn't really like Resident Evil back then. But since I got into Resident Evil more now, like I played 4 when it came out on the GameCube, and I got really into it. I got Zero on the PlayStation 4, and that was a lot of fun. I actually enjoyed playing that. It's just I'm stuck on the bat boss now. I have to fight a big bat, and that is a pain because you don't get a good aiming on him. Like that's the only thing. Like the game is great, but when you introduce a boss that flies in 3 dimensions, it's just kind of the bat has the unfair advantage at that point. So I kind of stopped there. I kind of hit a wall there, but I've been wanting to get further back into it because I haven't beat it yet. But I enjoy the gameplay of it. I think it's very unique that you're controlling 2 people at the same time. It sucks that you can get a game over if one dies, but usually that's not a problem if you're in tune with both characters. So I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. It's very unique for what it is. And I would like to have more Resident Evil games like that if they're going to have a co-op to it. Because when I played Zero, I was like, dude, if they added a co-op mode in the remastered to it, it would have made the game insanely better. Like, it would have been like Outbreak, almost. But they didn't. But I like it because it adds a whole other level of a puzzle almost. Like you're not only solving puzzles in the game, but you're also using this co-op thing as a puzzle. So I really like it. I think Resident Evil Zero is probably, in my opinion at least, the most unique Resident Evil game of that era, of those kind of Resident Evil games.
A co-op where you have to split up, but that's at least fun, and at least you can get through it and all. I mean, in single player,
when I played Resident Evil 5 on my PS4 since they remastered it, I liked it a lot more because I realized the one thing you can't, if you're playing by yourself with Sheva, the one thing you can never do is give her healing items because she'll just use that instantly. So when I was playing the game by myself, I would just give her bullets. I would just give her a gun and bullets because I did not mind her going through that because I could always find more ammo. So that was never a problem. But when I needed health and she used it when I didn't need it, that was bad. So I kind of liked it in that regard. The only thing that I think that they kind of changed in Resident Evil 5 was that they made her more... they made her, like, if you get to the door, she'll get there faster. But, yeah, she does waste through everything. Like, you give her something, she'll waste it. But I would much rather have her waste bullets than herbs, but I'll only give her bullets if I'm maxed out. only. Like, I would only care about myself first, then I would give her kind of like the leftovers.
AI is pretty smart, but pretty much like it makes it more fun, makes it more heated than anything else. In Resident Evil 5, you don't get that feeling at all. It's just kind
I
of.
think the best co-op though is Peace Walker. That had the best because everyone can play a snake. Because when you are on one screen and your friends on the other screen, you see them as a soldier while they're snake and all that kind of stuff, and it's nice. So it's a nice kind of balance, and that's the one thing I can say that I'm kind of interested in Metal Gear Survive. Is I do like that Survive has 4-player co-op, but I just don't think it's worth $30, and it just looks like it should have been DLC for Metal Gear Online 3. It just should have been that. It's the same map, same gameplay, same everything. So I really don't believe that it can't be DLC for Metal Gear Online. But whatever.
You know, you'll always be there focusing on him. In Gears of War, when you split up, you're focused on your enemies, he's focused on his. In Resident Evil 5, when you're splitting up, you're focused on his enemies, not yours. You have no enemies to fight. But that's just in the demo. I have not played the full game since I am not doing that for 40 days. But, yeah, that's the biggest thing I've seen that disappointed me about Resident Evil 5 was that the co-op just felt last minute. Didn't feel like it was taking any care that it needed, so that's it.
Alright. Oh, I think I heard my dad in the background in that video, so that's great.
I'm back! Yay! Yeah, and I know you missed me yesterday. I want to talk about online games. Like Metal Gear Online, for instance, again. Because I was going on forums, reading threads, and threads, and threads, and threads, and threads. One of them is like, oh, stop, and the title was like, stop kicking because of skill. That could be of many, many things. Like, one of them could be because, you know, you could be a skilled gamer, but you could be a level.
Because I was a terrible video maker. It ended suddenly probably because my dad probably wanted me for something and I had to get out there very quickly. And I didn't want to reshoot the entire video. So I was very lazy when I did videos, by the way. I can turn this off because apparently it's
7
sequence anymore.
Character in Metal Gear Online. But they joined a level 1 through 3 or 1 through 5, whatever leveled match. That's why they're gonna kick you because you're too high of a skill level. But let's say that you are, and I noticed this too. But let's say that you're in a match and you're like fighting people on your same level, like level 7 versus level 7, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff.
I was the hidden beetle in the past, guys. I used to be in the Beatles. You probably didn't see me because I was in the background. They wanted to keep me in backstage, but I did the whole album. Man.
And they still kick you.
Charles, I was lazy. I didn't care about editing. I didn't know about editing. I never tried. I had iMovie, which could have, went around that, but no. I wasn't that fucking in tune with editing just yet.
That's just the host being a little bitch. I'll be honest, because if you're gonna kick on being how good you are, then that's just poor sportsmanship, and that's not what online gaming should be. Because online gaming should be a part where you're having fun, and it's a game. It's not like, oh, he died to this guy, he's a dude. No, that's not how it works. It's you go online, you play with friends, and that's it.
I had the old eyesight camera. That's what I was recording this on. You know that eyesight that used to go with your iMac, like way before they started putting the camera into the computer? They had this shitty ass webcam. That's what I was using. Imagine all the deals.
No, this competitive bullshit, which I do think is bullshit, because online gaming is supposed to be fun, not competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's supposed to be some competitive aspects to it, but at the end of the day, you're having fun. Beating the other team or losing to the other team.
Yeah,
But
still losing, right?
I mean, unless they're divine hackers, but that's really not the case for most of the people. Because I know I've been kicked out for being either too good or too bad, and that also gets on my
There
nerves.
was a time, that reminds me, you were clanging in Maxwell's silver. Yeah, that was me. But that reminds me, so when the first Metal Gear Online, when that servers were closing, they had one last day. This lobby was playing sneaking missions. So I was like, oh sweet, I love that mode because one person would be Snake and the rest would be soldiers, and Snake would have to carry one microfilm back to his base, all that. I picked up on this pattern that these people were doing. Like they would go on the roof one round, and the next round they'd go on the bottom. There'd be two microfilms. One would be hidden in like second floor of this building. One would be held on the roof. So like the first round, they would go to the second room. So I sat there. I was like, okay, I'll just go to the top floor. You know, if they're gonna be all there, why would I go there? So I go to the top floor. I make it back to the goal. I win that round. Next round, they go to the roof. I go to the second floor. They would never split off. They would never like, okay, guys, we need to send like 5 people to the second floor and 5 people to the top floor. We need to set whatever. They would never do that. They would all go to one of those floors, and I would just go to the opposite every time. It got to the point where they kicked me because if Snake keeps winning, that person who plays as Snake stays as Snake. The only person that switches to be Snake is whoever kills who's ever Snake. So whenever someone play as Snake, I would just find that person easily. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous how easily I was Snake for how long.
Kick someone for being too bad because they're not gonna gain that experience if you kick them out. So if you keep them in your game, they will become better at the game. They will become pros. That's how you become from a rookie to a pro. I mean, how do you think a soldier that's a rookie soldier gets to be a better soldier, a more experienced soldier, not to sit on the sidelines? They just keep fighting. They are an army and all that. Like they don't stop for the league. Like same with soccer players. I mean, they don't get better for sitting out. They practice. They do all this stuff. And gaming is not very league kind of game. It's not like you're getting any money out of this or any essentially like in football. They're making money. That's why they let the pros play football. But gaming, you're not getting any money out of it. So that's why we need to keep people in. And plus, it's fun playing with more people than just kicking out people that suck. I mean, that's not really fun for them because then they have to go through the whole process of looking for a game as well. So in the future, please don't kick anyone out of their games unless they are either laggers or hackers, whatever. But don't kick them because of skill. That's just retarded and unfair. Unless you're level 1 through 7 and he's like level 20, then I guess you have a point there. But just not when it's like incremental or whatever. Because I've noticed I'm level. I think I'm level 4, even though I was level 7 a few months ago. But I'm like in those high-ranking levels. Like I'm level 4 through 7, let's just say, and I've been killing people who are level 10. Mind you, I've been killing people who are level 10. Yeah, so if I can kill people who are level 10, anyone can. Because I'm not that good at the game. I mean, I'm good, but I'm not the best. So,
okay.
I mean, just don't keep kicking people out of skill. That's the one thing I want you to get out of this. And I will see you whenever I see you, because tomorrow I'm going on the plane again and no episode for a while. Unless I'll do a late one, but I doubt I'm going to do one tomorrow. So, see you Monday.
Okay, Monday. Monday it is. Yeah, this one. We're almost to the weird videos, guys. We're almost there.
Hi, this is a video review.
Okay, better audio.
Of Tap Tap Revenge 2. It's another free Tap Tap download from the Apple application store on iTunes and on the iPhone iPod Touch.
Okay, I'm gonna poll the chat. How many of you played Tap Tap Revenge or its sequel? I played that for a while, and then I never played it again. So there you go.
It's free just like the first one, but there are a lot of differences as now you play online, multiplayer, and
Online?
the format is a lot more, so it feels like more like a game than just a last
Why do they
minute
still make games?
application. Like now, you know where exactly to put your thumbs to hit the notes, because I remember in the first Tap Tap Revenge, the only problem I had was I couldn't really tell where to put my thumbs, where to exactly hit it. I mean, I'd assume it would be the line, but I would also miss some of the notes though.
You're not
Now
missing
it's
much,
actually little
Charles. Don't
big
worry.
circles that you have to hit when the notes go under those. So now it's a little more clear on where to hit. Uh, then the music selection is a little.
Okay, Tap Tap Revenge, for those who don't know, is a game. Let's see if I can get it. Tap Tap Revenge. Okay. Oh, wow. They went crazy. So it's like Guitar Hero. Tap Tap Revenge is like Guitar Hero on your phone. You just hit button. You like Look at this. So this is what the this is what it looks like. See that? You have three little balls on the bottom there. You hit them when like a button hits it. It's like Guitar Hero. It's really like Guitar Hero. It's a mobile game. It's a pretty shitty mobile game, and with kind of repetitive songs and all that. Like, it was all the rage when the iPhone started because the iPhone didn't get much stuff, you know. Yeah. I need to get my mouse over here. Where is my mouse? There's my mouse. Wow.
More diverse. There's some songs from the first one, and they're like turn yourself around, but the
Yeah, it's a
game
mobile
altogether
game.
is so much
Kinda
better. Like
whatever.
the difficulty is now easier to tell. Like because like, I remember the first one, hard and extreme seemed very the same to me. Like if I played hard, I could do extreme. Now it's extreme's extreme and hard is hard. And one song I would like to call out is Tap Tap Domination. That song is pretty hard on extreme because it gets to the point where you have three notes on simultaneously going down the line. I mean, it's a good game. It paces you very well. The graphics are really nice, and now you get like a star
Yeah, the
power kind
graphics.
of bit where you get revenge and you just get double the
That's
points
my favorite
or whatever it is. I haven't really been paying attention except for all I know is you get higher score, but it's so much better than the original Tap Tap. I definitely recommend you download this one. It's a free application, so you really can't go wrong. But it does take the place of the first one. The first Tap Tap Revenge was just it was more like a beta version of Tap Tap Revenge 2. So I give Tap Tap Revenge 2 a 9 out of 10.
By the way, a lot of these videos are just me ripping off Adam Sessler, so, you know, there you go. I think I've at least played a version of it recently. Cool thing about was that it also uses songs stored on your phone. Oh, I did not know that. I guess that's a newer version. It's dope. I kind of like that. Seems cool. Oh, House Season 5. This one has the most views on my channel. This video alone has the most views. 378, 4 likes, 1 dislike. Any comments? I made a comment. Well, when I say normal guy, I mean that he might not have a drug addiction. He still keeps his pranks. Maybe he gets addicted to another drug. I can't believe we have to wait until September, although I really hope House doesn't turn into a normal guy. Oh, I was referring to that, okay. I like to see another video like this when season 6 starts. Oh, I didn't do another House, damn it.
I want to talk about the final episode of House and my reaction to it, my
I liked House
reception.
season 5. Season 5 had a very good finale. Season 6 was pretty good. I liked season 6 and they had a good finale. Season 7 is awful. I hate season 7. It had the worst ending. It had the worst episodes. The only episode I liked in season 7 was when they treated a cannibal, and everyone's like, oh yeah, we don't trust him, whatever. And this one doctor that started working there, that was like kind of like a goody two shoes, whatever, that believed every patient was telling the truth. The one patient she believed was telling the truth was actually lying to her. And when the cops came up to her, says, "You know where this patient is?" And she's like, "Oh no, he's not here." It's like, "Well, he's a cannibal." And she was like, "Oh my god, I just treated a cannibal and he ate these two children." And it was just like, that was the only episode I liked because it was like the weirdest ending in House. I've never seen an ending where they cured a cannibal, like, and he got away. They never caught him. The episode ended with him getting away, like, and they never resolved that ending. In the episode after it, whatever, they've never resolved whatever happened to that cannibal. That cannibal is, probably still on the loose, eating more people. That's my favorite episode. It was that it never gave closure to that. But after that, other than that, that season can go away.
Pretty much everything. I watched a good amount of House. I saw season 3, 4. I'm working my way through 1. Didn't see 2 yet. I saw a few episodes of 2, but not a lot. Then I've seen majority of season 5, but I've seen enough to actually understand what's going on. So I saw the last few episodes of House. Gotta say, those are the best episodes of House I've seen throughout the whole entire series. Like, I mean, before I saw those, my favorite ones were the season finale of season 4 and the beginning of season 5. Those are the only 2 episodes I really.
I mean, unfortunately, you don't. It's a one-time episode. It's a one-off, basically. I mean, House is just a show about the hospital, so I mean, it's there. But that was just my favorite thing because I hated that character, that doctor that believed whatever he was saying, and House kept telling her patients lie, and she's like, no, he has to be telling the truth. Why would he lie? And then she gets told that he was a cannibal. It was just like, yeah, you fucking bitch. You're an idiot. Patients lie all the time. You don't want to, of course they're gonna lie. It's great. Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I love that episode. It was great.
I did enjoy a lot, but seeing near the end of season 5, those episodes just kind of knocked those down because it develops House a lot. It develops a lot of characters at the end. Mainly House. You knew enough about him throughout the series, but season 5 kind of ties in with his relationships and his addiction. It kind of ties all that stuff together, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I really did enjoy the fact that you saw what he...
hype. Phone call hype.